Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about a stained glass reindeer art. This was an LED lit reindeer statue type of thing that you'd put in your house for the holidays. Now I started off with a wire frame that was for candles went in it, but it was kind of broken and I wanted to revive it into a piece of fun art. So I started off, I had to cover all of the wire with foil. So I used my normal 7/32 inch black backed copper foil. I use the black back stuff because I use it for a lot of other projects and it sticks really well. I don't really need black back, so I could use just standard stuff with this, which is a little less expensive. I could have used that for it. But I needed to cover it all with solder so that I wanted to cover it all with foil and then cover it with solder because I wanted all the glass to easily adhere to it. So I'm actually tinning all of the wire right now. I'm going to get the whole thing silver. I'm using flux there. That yellow thing down at the on the right-hand side, that's a fume exhauster. And that little cup right there is full of little extra bits and bobs of solder. So don't throw away your solder if you have extra pieces because you can always use those extra pieces. Right now I'm soldering in gems. So I bought these glass gems of different sizes and they're all transparent so that the LED lights will shine through. I had to foil all of these little pieces with some foil so that they would have something to solder to. I cut down my foil to a quarter of the width of the 7/32 inch strip of foil so that the foil wouldn't actually wrap around the gems very much, because I didn't really want to wrap around the gems because then you wouldn't be able to see the pretty gems. You'd see like this really wide black border and no gems really except for the center. So when you're going to do this, if you're not going to wrap something a lot, you're going to have to be really careful when you solder. You don't want to heat up the whole circle at once. You just want to like tack it in place and then come back and add some more solder and come back and add some more solder later. Because if you solder the whole gem at once, it's just going to fall out. It's going to no longer be attached to the foil. It's just going to fall out because in general, your pieces of glass that you use for stained glass, you usually will wrap them in either a lead came or these projects are wrapped in a copper foil. Now the copper foil wraps around the flat glass and then you solder on the top and usually solder on the back of your project. And that solder is actually what's holding your glass in place. The foil is just there to kind of help hold it in place, but it's basically there as a substance for the solder to solder to. And of course you need to burnish it down. Even with the flat glass, you really need to press down the foil nicely all the way around so that it doesn't repel and come apart and make a separation between your solder and your glass when you're done. So you're going to want to press it down all the way around and on the top and the bottom and make sure it's all pressed down nicely. And especially with little pieces because that's all that's really holding it together. And I'm using a liquid flux for this project. And I am obviously now soldering these pieces down. Now you might want to wonder, well, how do you know what size your pieces should be? Because this is not like your normal stained glass window frame or flat stained glass project that you can draw it out ahead of time and then make sure everything fits beautifully and solder it all on a flat table. Each piece is going to have to be done on its own. So you could see that I copied and then cut out of paper and then traced my glass with the cutout that I made. And now I'm making sure that it fits nicely. And I've already checked before I put the foil on, but now I am going to put it in place and solder it in. Now you might want to wonder how I got that nice curves on this. I don't didn't have a ring saw at the time that I did this, so all of this was done by hand. But I've also used a grinder, and the grinder is very handy at making those little circle nice and smooth and perfect for it to go around round gems or round shapes. So that's really, really handy. And they come in a little bit of a variety of sizes. So you can use your grinder to help make your pieces perfect and or as close to perfect as you want. Now, because of these projects that I do are often three-dimensional projects, you're not going to get the really, really smooth solder beads that you would on a flat substance, because you're actually soldering many different planes of pieces and a wire in between usually. And it just won't come out as smooth as other projects. I usually do the whole project and then I go over it afterwards and smooth the solder more. Some of the paper that I'm using for these projects is sticky paper, so that it'll actually stick onto your piece of glass, so you don't have to see that one. I drew it out, I copied it. But sometimes I use sticky paper where I actually stick the paper down, and that makes it so that you really know what shape you're making it, so you can really make sure that you actually got perfect lines and everything. And it's also, if you're grinding a lot, the lines will often like kind of come off as the water from the grinder gets on your project. So you can use things like Mark Stay, which will make it not come up as much, but it still might come up. So you might want to stick the paper on instead of just outline it with your Sharpie. So as you can see, I'm doing lots of different pieces. This time I'm using a flashlight underneath it to help make that outline correct, so that made a shadow. And after I cut out my project, my pattern, I'm then going to check and make sure that it fits just like I want it to. And when I did it on this time, I found that it wasn't perfect. It didn't fit perfectly. So I just took my sticky paper and stuck another piece of paper onto it. So I had a bigger piece of paper. And then I drew it again. Also, having the sticky paper, you can see that it actually, I used it stuck down a little bit so it would hold it in place as I drew. So there's many different ways you can get your patterns to work perfectly. It depends on how picky you want to be. Sometimes I actually put the glass there and I draw with the glass there, especially if the glass is especially transparent. Now you can see this is my reindeer. He's all done. He has a little gem for his eyes. He's very cute. Right now I am also making the presents. So instead of having candles on his back, I am going to have a sleigh, and it's going to be full of presents. So for the sleigh's presents, I made a little sleigh with wire, as you can see, and I am now making the presents. This ones are amber and green circles that I soldered all together. And I'm using a lot of strips of red flat glass to make the sleigh itself. So I just built up lots of different pieces of flat glass, and I'm having fun making presents and bows and whatever I want to put on this back of this sleigh for my project. So here again, this is not completely planned out. It's more like plan as you go type of project, which works fine for me. Obviously, when I'm putting the bottom here on the sleigh, I am not going to go all the way across with the red. I want to have it so that the lights will shine through. Now the sleigh is a separate object so that I can put all the LED lights in, and then I can put the sleigh on. So that made it very handy to be able to get all the lights in and inside the deer and up to his nose and in his legs and everything, so that everything is lit nicely. Right now, I am making another present. This is going to be like just an orange box. I wanted to have lots of different colors in this because I figured Santa's toys and stuff are not going to be color coordinated. They're going to all be different colors. So I just pulled any color that I had. As you can see, I'm burnishing all my little pieces, and then I'm going to put my little cube together and make sure that it's going to fit properly. So this fume exhauster that I have, I actually took the back of the fume exhauster and attached a dryer hose to it and had it go out the window. So it's not just having those filters that you have on back of a exhauster, it's actually exhausting out to the outside. So that makes it all the safer. Now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put my little piece of present. I'm going to have it kind of overhang the sleigh a little bit right there. That will be fun. And I figure it's okay that it's overlapping the red bottom a little bit, because I can still get the lights inside of that square, because it's still going to be kind of hollow at the bottom there. When I made this top, so I drew out what I wanted the top to be, and then I foiled it and thought that everything is great. And then when I put it on the square in order to attach it, I decided that it wasn't fitting as good as I wanted it to. So I used my Sharpie and kind of like drew a line of where I wanted to fix it, and then snapped that off and refoiled it so it was closer to what I wanted. So yeah, you're going to check it before you start soldering anyway. And then if it doesn't fit close enough to what you want, then you can have it, you can take it apart and do it again. It's fine. Even after you solder something down, if you don't like it, you can just heat it up again and take it off. Right now, I am putting together some little designs of bows and ribbons for other parts of the presents. So these are actually mosaic pieces that you can buy, and they're already cut in nice little shapes, little squares, circles, oblongs, different shapes. And then you can foil them. I foiled them again with foil that just barely wrapped around the glass, because again, I didn't want my foil to, make a really wide outline because it's such a little teeny pieces. So I had lots of different pieces of mosaic, these like little diamond shapes, and then I just kind of like kept moving them around, figuring out, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to draw this? So to make it straight, I decided to use a line on the paper to make sure that it was staying as square as I wanted it to. And then I got a little gem out, how can I work that out? So you pretty much, it's up to you. You can figure out what you want to do and mix and match and have fun with that. Again, go around in a circle, work on one, and then work on another, then work on another. Don't work on all of them at once, because they will heat up too much and your little piece will fall off, and you don't probably want that. This is what I had when I was done. I had my deer and his little sleigh, and they look so fun. They're outside, and I'm going to finish them up here. As you can see, it's all lit up and it looks really pretty and festive. And thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun with it, and I really like the twinkle lights inside of it. Bye-bye for now.